Welcome. Today we're going to be working on variations of lunge pose. We'll be using a chair for support. Make sure you get a chair that's sturdy and has no arms, and create a bit of space around your chair. We'll be working to the side of the seat. As you're getting yourself settled, I want to remind you to always work within your level of comfort and maintain a nice even breath as you go. So start by standing in front of the seat of the chair. We'll be just warming up the backs of the legs to begin with. We'll be working to stretch the hips and the hamstrings. That's the main focus of today. So from here, stand in Tadasana, feet hip width apart, parallel. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up, and just look up into the space between your hands, and then push your hips forward, working into an overhead stretch. Hold here, don't hold your breath. And then shift your hips back to center, soften your knees and reach down. Reach down, either put your hands on the chair or reach down towards the floor, but keep your knees a little bit soft. We're not trying to get a really deep stretch right here. We're just getting things warmed up, getting the legs warmed up, getting the hips and back warmed up. And then bend your knees a good amount to put weight in your legs and to take pressure off of your back. And then slowly, keeping the knees bent, slowly roll up through your spine. So let your head hang down, let your arms hang down. Slowly come up, bringing your shoulders into place and your neck and then your head. Circle your arms back and reach up again. Look up into the space between your hands and push your hips forward. So opening up through the hip flexors, the low abdomen, and then bring your hips back to neutral. Head neutral, reach your arms out to the side and down. And then get about your own foot length away from the chair. And stand and hold on the seat of the chair with the closest arm to the back of the chair. Stand nice and tall, soften your knees. Again, feet hip width apart, parallel. We're going to be working in a parallel alignment the whole time. And find a focal point to look at. And then take your right foot and step it up on top of the chair. You can either keep it to the close edge of the seat or move your foot towards the further edge. So whatever works best for your legs and your flexibility. And once you place your foot, try not to let your hips open to the left. Try to keep the right hip drawing back, the left hip drawing forward. And then bring your left hand to your hip and just bend and straighten your knee, just to stretch through the hip flexor on the standing leg and the hamstring gently on the lifted leg, your right leg in this case. So just move through a few repetitions, getting the hips and legs warmed up. And then extend your knee and place your foot back down. And then we'll take the left foot up, anchoring it either to the closer edge or a little further forward, whatever works best for you. And once your foot is anchored, try to align your hips to face forward and bring your opposite hand to your hips, so left hand in this case, in my case. And then bend and straighten your front knee. Try not to lock your standing leg. That knee joint should be a little bit soft. Try not to hold your breath. Breathe evenly. One more time, and then extend and place your foot back down. Come back to Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up. Stretch up, look up into the space between your hands and push your hips forward. Just opening up through the front of the body. And bring your hips back to center, bring your head to center, reach your arms out to the side and down. And just shake your arms out a little bit, shake your legs out before we do the next variation. And for this next variation, we're going to be placing the hands down on the chair. So we'll start again with an overhead stretch. Stand in Tadasana. Lift up through your spine. Anchor through your feet. Bear your weight equally through both legs with your knees a little bit soft. And as you inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up. Stretch up. Keep your gaze forward this time. And as you exhale, bend your knees and reach down. Get your hands to the seat of the chair. And knees are still just a little bit bent. Try to extend your spine, activate your abdomen, keep your abdomen engaged so you're supporting your back. And then from here, take your right foot, step it back. Keep your toes tracking parallel alignment. And we're going to place the heel or press the heel down towards the floor and then pick the heel up and just work through the back of the leg to stretch it out. So working through the toes, the foot, the ankle joint, up through the back of the leg. It's a nice stretch, a nice supported stretch. And then when you lift your heel, hold for a moment, and then lower your heel to a place where you can keep it. So it doesn't have to be all the way to the floor. We're just holding in a stretch that feels right, okay? Breathe evenly, maintain your breath. And then step forward. And we'll take the left foot back, step it back, anchoring the ball of the foot, and then pressing the heel a little bit and lifting the heel. So again, working in and out of the stretch through the back of the leg, this lunge variation. Maintain your breath. Keep the toes pointing straight ahead, pelvis faces forward. Now lift your heel a little bit to hold, stretching through the toes and the sole of your foot, and then lower your heel and find the place where you can stay there. Now I still have my ankle's still healing from my injury, so I'm not pressing the heel all the way down. So I'm holding in a place where it feels right. So it's a gentle stretch, but it's tolerable. Good, and then step forward, bend your knees to activate into your legs. Engage your legs as if you're hugging a prop or a block between the legs. Keep the legs active, release your hands, and then extend your arms out to the side. Extend your knees, reach up, and then look up into the space between your hands. Gently push your hips forward to open up through the front of the body. Once again, overhead stretch. Bring your hips back to center, head back to neutral, reach your arms out to the side and down. And then you can move your legs again, kind of shake things out. And then we'll do another variation, similar variation to what we just did. Stand with your feet hip width apart and parallel, lift up tall through your spine. And then inhale, sweep your arms out to the side and up. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to the chair, and then drop down to your forearms so your elbows are under your shoulders. So a little bit more weight into the upper body. And from here, we're going to tuck the chin. So try not to keep your head up and strain your neck. Tuck your chin, look down towards this close edge of the seat, and keep your gaze there so your neck is long. And take your right foot, step it back. This time we're just going to hold the lunge. So press the heel down to wherever you want to stay and hold. Breathe evenly. Think about how your legs are engaging and see if you can engage in the inner thighs as if you're kind of hugging the legs together to keep your pelvis supported and your back supported. Breathe here. And then step forward. Keep your forearms down, anchor your palms, spread your fingers. Activate into both legs just to kind of stabilize, get back to alignment. And then take your left foot back, step it back. And then anchor down towards the floor with your heel, whatever works best for your range of motion and your ankle and the stretch in the leg. Okay, so pay attention to how this is feeling. One side may be very different than the other, and that's okay. Again, engage in the inner thighs as if you're hugging the legs together to support your pelvis and your back. And breathe here. Back is nice and straight. Try not to round your spine or arch your spine. Shift your weight into your right leg so you can step your left foot forward. Both knees are bent. Activate your legs once again. Put your weight into your legs. Anchor your hands to start. Bend the knees a little bit. Put your weight all the way into your legs. Take your hands off the chair. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch up, and then look up into the space between your hands and gently push your hips forward again, opening through the front of the body. Bring your hips back to neutral. Bring your gaze forward. Reach your arms out to the side and down. And then just move your arms. Shake them out a little bit. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this hip stretch and hamstring stretch. It's a nice way to invigorate the legs and loosen them up. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.